Today's video is sponsored by Pokemon the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. They are compatible with TCG Live, and you can of course get everything on the website for 5% off using the coupon code TCG. This video is also sponsored by CARDMARKET.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can do it as well. And you can use the referral name TCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by PLAYMAT.com. This is a platform where you're able to, of course, create your own custom playmat. They have, of course, capabilities to ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off by clicking the link down below. So definitely check it out. Last but not least is Dragon Shield, the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. You can of course there's links down below for US and European people, and you can of course get your best quality sleeves available, as well as deck boxes and binders. Thanks so much for sticking around with the commercials. I hope you enjoyed today's upload. If you do, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, and let's get this video going. So we do, it's Decklists TCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the Taiwan Championship results. We're going to be taking a look at the top 16 deck lists. Some of them we already have, others they have not been posted yet, but this will give you an understanding of what the meta looks like over there. There was a tournament with 2,600 players, and these are the top 16 decks. So we already know what the archetypes are, most of them, and we also have deck lists for a lot of the decks in the top 8. So that's going to be very interesting to take a look at. If you guys are excited for today's upload, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. And of course, if you want to see more content, subscribe so you can get notified instantly when a new video hits the channel. As we all expected, Gardevoir EX is the best deck in the format with Paldea Evolved. It's not anywhere close, so we of course have the first place winning list being Gardevoir EX. If you know, they actually had to play a best of one Swiss format with 25 minutes, and the players who had a 7-2 score moved all the way to day 2, and in day 2 you could actually change your deck. So that's going to be very impactful for people that don't know. In that specific championships series, you can actually change your deck in day 2. So people that did really well, something like with a classic Lugia build, opted to go for a Gardevoir the following day, etc, etc. So if you can predict a little bit of what the players would be playing, you might be playing a different deck on day 2. So let's just start off with Xiao D with Gardevoir EX. That is right. So let's see here, the champion. And they also got a day 2 world slot for the World Championships over in Yokohama. So this is the first place winning list. What can we see here? So we do see, I think that's one memory skip if I'm not mistaken, Ralts, and then 3 regular ones, teleportation bursts. Only 3 Curlia, that's a little bit on the low side, right? I think that's something I would definitely change, because I'm a fan of playing 4 refinements just to be as consistent as possible. 3 copies of Gardevoir EX and then 2 Shining Arcana seems like a deal. There are 2 Creselias in there. Why would you play 2 Cresselia? Maybe they were expecting a whole heap of lost boxes, so they had 2 Cresselia instead of going for that 4th copy of Curlia. So they wanted to maybe start with Curlia, because Cramorant can just spit into it and they don't get a KO, and then you can move around damage counters with that Shining Glow attack of the Cresselia. So there's one Mew from Celebrations, and then a Zacian V, and we also see Grading Greninja, Manaphy, and then Luxray. Luxray, new card from Paldea Evolved, will help you if you're falling behind. Then you can instantly slap it down on the bench. Even though it's a stage 2, instantly slap it down on the bench, and you could be utilizing reversal energy. There's 2 reversal energies here, so now that it makes sense. This also, I think this is Artazon. I could be wrong. It's Artazon either or Collapse Stadium, the stadium of choice. So let's just take a quick look of what the stadium card might be. Artazon looks like with a windmill on top of it. This was something we actually don't see. Maybe it is Collapsed Stadium. Collapsed Stadium. Let's see what that looks like. It's the other version. Collapsed Stadium. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant Stars with a couple of I think it is Collapse Stadium. So now it has been confirmed they were playing 2 copies of Collapse Stadium. So now that we have verified this, you can be starting making this deck yourself. So they have Collapse Stadium and 2 Cresselia, so you could get hit by Cramorant, then you could even move the damage counters around. You could collapse away the Cresselia, so they have undone a turn and go with the other Cresselia. Crazy things that could happen with this specific combo. You can go full one prize mode, Shining Arcana, Luxray, and Cresselia. So Super cool. We do see that 4 copies of Iono seem to be the standard here. 1 worker, 2 professors research, and then 2 bosses orders. Very similar to a list I actually posted on the channel. The only differences were that they are playing the Luxray and the 2nd copy of Cresselia. And actually I was playing, what did I play? I actually played a Temple. Yeah, only 1 reversal energy. What do we see here? 2 Fog Crystals, so they cut down on the Fog Crystal as well. They have 4 lovable, 4 Battle VIP Pass, 2 Fog Crystals, so they cut down Fog Crystal, they cut down 1 Cresselia, so that does eat up into your consistency, but they have added in the 2nd copy of the reversal energy. There are 3 copies of Ultra Ball, and then there is still 1 card, I'm not quite sure to make out what it is. Seems to be an item card. Is it the Sky Seal Stone? It looks to be an item card, that's for sure. So we have 2 reversals, 2 collapsed, 3 rare candy, and then there is 10 psychic energies, 2 reversal energies. I think, what kind of card could that be? I haven't seen it quite before. So 3 Ultra Ball, 2 Frog Crystals, 4 Lava Ball, 4 Battle VIP Passes, and then a random card that I actually don't know what it is. It's a one-off. Maybe it's Palpat. I think, now that I think about it, it definitely is Palpat. Palpat. I think it's some sort of a promo Palpat, yeah. If I had to guess. If we're taking a look at maybe, is there a way Palpat, some sort of a Japanese Palpat, so we can definitely make sure that it is Palpat. Palpat TCG Japanese. Let's see what comes up here. What it is pronounced. Palpat. Oh wow, Palpat actually has a crazy long name. Maybe it is not Palpat. But it's Taiwanese. Is it? Do we have different cards? I don't think it's Japanese, it's Taiwan. What am I saying? TCG Taiwan. It is still, if I had to guess, it is Palpat, but I'm not 100% confirmed. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's Palpat. Let me just say, if you're not playing Palpat and Gardevoir, then you can utilize stuff like the Worker, etc. So let's just say it's Palpat. So that is the list, first place winning list. A little bit greedy on the curly up part, but they have the comeback potential in the form of reversal energies. And I also am a big fan of 3 rare candies. Moving forward, let us just talk about, yeah, Pokestats is the website we were on just a bit ago. So let's just see here. We have second place winning list is a Gardevoir EX with Mewtwo V Union. Chi Yu Tang actually got second place. So lots of Gardevoir to be looking at today. And this is a little bit more easier to understand. So what the deck looks like. So this is the exact 60. Memory skip, 3 rolls. They are playing Mirage Tap Curlia. I'm not a big fan of that, but it makes sense because they're playing best of 1. In the best of 1 shenanigans, it makes sense that you are playing Mirage Tap, because if you're having those slow starts, you can get yourself going. On top of that, why are they also playing Mirage Taps is because they are playing 2 different Gallades. That means they can get the Buddy Catch to get a supporter, or the Fighting type Gallade with a lot of hit points to 170, and you can also hit weakness against stuff like Arceus, which is awesome. There's also a Luxray. So Luxray seems to be in both the first and the second place winning list. Luxray is going to be having such an impact, definitely with that reversal energy. There's Palpat, and now that I think about it, I think that card that we saw and the first place winning list was actually Palpat. Now that I can confirm what it looks like, yeah, it was 100% Palpat. So I'm glad we got that figured out, so you guys can start making these lists yourself. 3 copies of Super Raw, so they're heavily playing on the stage 2s, it seems. So you can rare candy your rolls into another Gallade if you want to, or a Gardevoir, and you can get swinging like that. Sometimes you don't even need Gardevoir EX, so that's why there's only 1 copy of that in here, because you can just rare candy evolve and start swinging with Gallade, start swinging with Shining Arcana, start swinging with the other Gallade, start swinging with Luxray, so you can go full 1 prize mode with a deck like this. There's a path to the peak in here. Could be very crucial if you're up against something like Alolan Vulpix VSTAR. You can slap down the path and go straight through it, or you can path and of course Iono an opponent in the mirror match. And Mewtwo V Union, path Iono, Mewtwo V Union is something very scary to be dealing with. They can no longer draw cards with Greninja. They cannot use Gardevoir's ability, so Mewtwo V Union, you don't see that very often anymore in the Western world, but it did see some play here and there throughout its lifespan. So Mewtwo V Union is still around. You definitely need Peonia, and it's more focused on the Professor's Research, so you can discard those puzzle pieces ASAP. And there's also 2 Artisan in here for your setup. If we can take a look at here, this list is not playing Fog Crystal. Instead, it has some had to make room for some cuts here, and that's why this deck actually is pretty interesting for sure. Another Gardevoir list with Chen Shi Yun, Gardevoir EX. Let's see here what this played. 2 Shining Arcana, a Mirage Tap, Okay, we do see Manaphy, Mew, Cresselia, Radiant Greninja, Zacian. Okay. And then Temple and Collapse. So these are like the most common ways you can go about. 4 rare candy! This is ridiculous. Playing 4 rare candy. Definitely want to get the turn 1 attack off, it seems. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11 energies, Psychic, and then the 12th energy is the Reversal energy. No Luxray in this list, it seems, but Shining Arcana, your main fella, with of course, yeah, 2 copies of the Super Rod to of course get those puzzle pieces back. It was Worker, and I think that's 2 bosses orders if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 bosses orders in that list. Cool, so now that we've seen so much Gardevoir, let's take a look at the top 4 list of the Origin Form Palkia Chien-Pao list. I don't know if I've noticed here, but it is not on Pokestats quite yet, but I do have a way to be finding that list as of late because of the Twitter page. Big shout out to Cora Liao? Yeah, there we go. They actually posted that top 4 list, which were also the top 8 list, by the way. So let's take a look at some Chien-Pao action. Also, they were a little bit wrong. The energy retrievals you see on the screen right now should be superior energy retrieval. So don't let it get fooled. It is not energy retrieval, it is superior energy retrieval. So now that you know that, this is the exact 60. What is this all about is actually having a lot of consistency cards in this form of Bibarel. They throw Bibarel in there, they throw in Palkia in here, and the cool thing is you always get turn 2 attack off with a deck like this. You can either go for the Chien-Pao EX. If you don't know what Chien-Pao does with its ability, you can fetch yourself 2 water energies from the deck, and its attack slaps 60 damage for every water energy you're willing to discard from your Pokemon. With Baxcalibur and the Absolute Zero ability, or the Extreme Cold ability, I don't even know what it's called in English, you are going to be able to accelerate as many water energies from your hand to your Pokemon in any way that you like, so you have freely move. The cool thing is that Radiant Greninja is one of your strongest attackers. This also plays an Articuno with the Wild Freeze, so you can paralyze and trap opponents. Definitely with the 4 copies of Iono, could be a very menacing Iono paralyzation, even though people could be running Jet Energy or Switch cards. If they're stuck in the active and get Iono to 1 or 2 cards, you might even run away with the game when you least expect it. There's Palkia with, of course, the Star Portal to get energies on play out of nowhere. You have Luminia, which can also be an attacker, by the way, and Chien-Pao list, I use that a lot, and Bibarel to protect yourself from your own Ionos. For Irida, only 2 candy and a 3-0-2 line of the Baxcalibur, so playing a early game phase with Palkia, and then during the mid to late game you have Chien-Pao as a beat stick. So that's what it is. You have Skater Spark, which can absorb the energies back to your hand, and there is Lost City to, of course, get rid of 1 prize Pokemon. That could be a Muckus. Think about like Sableye, put them in the Lost Zone so you don't ever see them again. Think about Radiant Charizard, etc. So also a good thing is that if you knock out a Gardevoir Shining Arcana and it goes to the Lost Zone, and the second one is prized, it could be having a little bit of a hard time to knock out these big HP Pokemon. Palkia having 280 HP, Chien-Pao 220, the Stage 2 Baxcalibur 160, so that is actually pretty good. And as mentioned, I told you Chien-Pao was tier 1, but people wouldn't believe me. We have Irida. If we didn't have Irida, this would have been a way lower tier, but because we have so much water support in the form of Irida, it's so easy to get that Baxcalibur out in play. That's why I'm also giving this the tier 1 treatment. As mentioned, the energy retrieval should be superior energy retrieval instead. Discard 2 cards from hand, get 4 energies back from the discard pile to your hand. So 2 escape rope, 3 balls, so you can gust whatever you want. Very, very good deck, if I may call. And there was also a top 8 Palkia list, so this is also something we're checking out here. This is the top 8 version. Let's just put a little bit like this so you guys can see what is in the list. There's also playing a 2-2 Paldea VSTAR, also the 2-2 Bibarel, so that seems to be a mainstay as it seems in this list. Those Brenda Kyogre, which can of course snipe 180 and returns 3 energies back to your hand. Only 1 Iono in this list, but does run Canceling Cologne. The Canceling Cologne combo is super good because you can just boss up or cross switcher in this situation. You can cross switcher. Because you're playing the Irida, it doesn't make sense. You can play Cross Switcher, you can Cross Switcher or Boss, Manaphy, then use Radiant Greninja with Canceling Cologne to take 2 prize cards and uptrade. There's a Starmie in there as well, which has free retreat, has great synergy with that Cross Switcher play, so it does make sense when they're playing that. Also, if the opponent is not careful with their energy dropments, they're gonna be punished by the energy spiral attack of the Starmie V, slapping 50 damage for every energy they have in play. 1 random Pokestop synergizes super well to find Battle VIP Pass or Ball Engines, as well as Cross Switchers, so that's super cool, as well as Rare Candy and Superior Energy Retrieval. So Pokestop could be a cool, unique card, and this is also 2 Escape Rope and Lost Vacuum to, of course, bump something like Path to the Peak so you can activate Star Portal. Yeah, it seems to be Bibarel and, and Palkia are the best friends to be playing with Chien-Pao, and definitely something we should adapt to our current list as of late. There was also another Gardevoir in that top 8, so lots of... Yeah, we have checked out 2 Paldea VSTAR Chien-Paos, 3 Gardevoirs, and now another Gardevoir list is coming with Loon with that cool looking Gardevoir once again. Let's see what they were playing. Okay. What are they playing? They are playing Zacian, Regrading Greninja. The list has been refined as of late. They have run the penny, so they cannot get trapped by something like a Mawile or a Block Snorlax. You never know when those come up. 2 Collapse Stadium, or actually is that, yeah, Temple of Sinnoh and Collapse Stadium. So that's the mixture I like best in this specific 60. Again, with a Palpat, 2 Rare Candy, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even 3 Rare Candy. If I'm taking a bigger look, yeah, it's 3 Rare Candy, and then, yeah, lots of more candies. It seems like with Paldea Evolved, you're playing more candies. You want to be the person attacking first, and then you see how it goes. 3 Refinement, Curlios is the way I like it. So, very similar to the 60 I've been running, and it also runs Avery as a cool tech in that mirror match, because the mirror match can actually be pretty tricky, but with something like Avery and a knockout during that turn, that's pretty good. There's also a Lost Zone box, but we don't have that list quite yet. 2 of the Lost Zone boxes we don't have from the top 8. I wonder if they were playing Radiant Greninja, if they're playing Kyogre, if they're playing Radiant Charizard. It all depends. We don't have the list quite yet, but instead we're going to be taking a look at the 9th place Lugia list. Have a little bit of a variation because Chien-Pao and Gardevoir were the only list we were able to take a look at right now. Okay, classic single strike Lugia, having that impact energy as the technically 5th single strike energy. They are playing 3 Jet Energy. Jet Energy is super good. Why is Jet Energy good? Let me just enlighten you. If you attach it to one of your Pokemon, you instantly switch your Pokemon to your active slot. So not only are you immune, or actually have an answer to paralysis, you also are having that immunity to just make sure that if you're confused, asleep, paralyzed, you can just make sure you can attack with something else. That means you can switch out of those nasty situations and you can preserve some energies. We have just a 4-3 Lugia VSTAR lineup, 4 Archeops, 2 Lumineon, an Yveltal single strike, 2 Stonejourner, and 2 Tyranitar V. For the stadium bumps, we have 2 Mesagosa, 1 Collapse Stadium, and a Pumpkaboo. They're playing 2 Echoing Horn. Wow, those Echoing Horns could be super genius. If you want to go for the 2 prize race, you could. Let's say you attack with Lugia, they come with Raikou, you get knocked out, and then you can just KO Raikou, Echoing Horn, KO Raikou, Echoing Horn, KO Raikou. That's something that could happen. There's a Serena in there. There is 3 copies of Boss's Order, so you have enough gusting capabilities. There's a Burnett, an Iono, and then 3 copies of Professor's Research, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and they actually are not playing any Disruption, so no Judge instead of the only Iono in here, so they want to go for consistency. 2 Nazball, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Capturing Aroma, 3 Urn of Vitality, and for the energy count, 2 DTE, there's 2 Gift Energy and 2 V-Guard Energy. So a classic Lugia list, doing great, so don't give up on Lugia quite yet, fellas. You thought it was going away with rotation and stuff, but nothing more is true. It's still around and it's performing quite well. Then there's Andro, Mew V Max with Meloetta. Let's see what the Mew V Max with Meloetta build looks like. 11-2 score, not too bad. This is a little bit hard to understand why they put the deck list like this. Let's see if there's anything peculiar here. Very hard. There's so Mew, DTE, Forest Seal Stone, Alessa Sparkle, Genesect, Power Tablet, DTE, Mew, Lost Vacuum, Ultra Ball, Power Tablets, Forest Seal Stone. So they are playing 3 Forest Seal Stone, it seems. Fusion Strike Energy, Cramomatic, Boss, 1 Path to the Peak. There's a DTE hero here, powered. There's Iono. There's an Escape Rope, Battle VIP Pass, Boss, another Escape Rope, so double Escape Rope. Genesect, 1 Meloetta here. I don't know if there's 2 copies of Meloetta. Yeah, 2 copies of Meloetta. There's Fusion Energies, 2 Nuzballs, it seems. Where there's a Judge, another Alessa Sparkle, Mew V Max, Genesect, Lost City, Cleansing Glove, Switch Card, Palpat, second copy of the Lost Vacuum, Choice Belt, so the split is Choice Belt and Cleansing Gloves, an Echoing Horn, another Forest Seal Stone. So 2 copies of Path, it seems. Oh, actually 3 Choice Belt. 2 Choice Belt and a Cleansing Gloves. And then the rest is, yeah, cool. Okay, so they have Judge, Iono. They have 4 Battle VIP Pass. They have some Chromatic. They have Cleansing Glove, 2 Choice Belt, 2 Lost Vacuum, an Echoing Horn, 3 Forest Seal Stone, 4 Power Tablets, 4 Ultra Ball. Let's see what else. 2 Escape Rope, 1 Mew VMAX. I wonder how many Mew VMAX. 1, 2. I did see 2. Are they playing 3 or only 2? I don't see Silene in here anywhere. That's also a card I really like, and Mew VMAX. But yeah, classic fusion builds of Mew VMAX also performing quite well over in Taiwan. And then there's another Gardevoir EX we're taking a look at. I don't know what the other lists are for the 9th place all the way to 16. The only thing I have is the 9th place Lugia, the 12th place Mew VMAX, and then the Gardevoir, another Gardevoir. But it's probably going to be some sort of refined list that we've seen before. Yeah, pretty refined, I would say. Gardevoir EX, 2 Arcanas, Mirage Tap, not too keen of it, 3 rare candies. Sky Seal, yeah, you don't see that very often anymore. The Sky Seal definitely being part of the Zacian combo, and they are playing that reversal energy but no Luxray. So this is something very similar that I posted on the channel. I think there's only a 1 card difference, being the Boss's Order and the Mirage Taps Curlia. I think so. So, and those were actually swapped by, I think, a 3rd copy of Fog Crystal and a Refinement Curlia. So yeah, pretty similar to the list I played. I approve. It's super cool. So those were a little bit of a peek of the top 16 list of the Taiwan Championships. Let me know how you feel about these lists. These are going to be Paldea Evolved legal. So we're going to be starting that format in about 2 weeks time or something. So yeah, it comes out on the 9th of June with 2 weeks in advance, putting it all the way to the 23rd of June being the first tournaments that the Paldea Evolved set will be legal. And yeah, it's also going to be legal for yeah, NAIC, so be careful. This is going to be something you don't want to be missing out on. Thanks for watching today's upload. If you enjoyed it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. Big shout out to PokeStats for providing the data for today. And also go check out our sponsors. The links are down below in the description. We have PokemonStore.com, the best place for TCG live code cards. Use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% off. There's CARDMARKET.com for European players. You can utilize the referral name ZapDoesTCG to help support the channel. You can buy and sell cards all across Europe there. There's Dragon Shield for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Links down below. And YourPlaymat.com gets you covered if you want to create your own custom playmat. You ever dreamed of that, right? They ship it to your door. They ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off today by clicking that link down below. So start creating your own custom playmat. Upload your favorite wallpaper, design something yourself, and it's gonna be beautiful. Mark my words. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace.